Hello, I'm Dr. Scott Brown, and I'm here with George Zalicki. And we thought we would, since George isn't in town right now to talk to us personally, we thought we'd talk a little bit and try to bring some information out about network marketing. And I know George has been one of the most successful people of all time in network marketing. And obviously he's been a great leader, a great trainer, and done some miraculous things. So I'm here with George, and George, it's good to be here with you.
Hey, great, Doc. Enjoy being with you.
Absolutely. Hey, what would you say, if someone's getting into network marketing, what would you say is one of the best ways to start?
Well, I think the first thing is that they need to get a feeling for what's going on. They need to understand what the chance is. Okay, a lot of times people they have no frame of reference. They have no canvas to paint contrast on, to know just how big it can be for such a small investment. But they need to be coachable. For most people, they're going to have to change, and they're going to have to become disciplined. Not so much that they have to do it 24/7, but the partitioning of an hour or two a day, maybe going to a meeting or a training. That the partitioning of time as an aggregate over time builds a nice business. And the second thing that they need to understand, for most of us, and myself included until I broke through, the way I thought about money was the way I was taught to think about money. Get a job, hopefully you get a good job, hopefully you get promoted based upon a good performance, you get a career, hopefully you can build a client base, or in your case a patient base, and accumulate over time. Well, that's where we are always and forever exchanging our personal time and talent for money. That is a limited ballgame.
Right.
Because you're not really in control of very much at all. And especially in this shaky economy where things are happening all over, that people who thought they had it made only a year ago are in the unemployment lines. And I'm talking about good people, talented people, loyal people. A lot of them are great people, but because of the necessity of the economics of their company, they're out. And the reason that network marketing, to me, today more than ever, has such great appeal is that people are becoming more and more aware, almost to the point of being neurotic with the relationship with insecurity. They're not secure anymore. They're always looking over their shoulder. They hear about a layoff in department A, B, or C, and they go home and they say, honey, I don't know. Things aren't looking good. Well, that's a horrible way to have to feel comfortable about how you're making your money.
Right.
But we've all been trained that way. Yeah. Along comes an opportunity that costs very little, and we don't see the bigness because up until that point, everybody has told us when to show up, what time, when to take our lunch, when to go home, when to have a vacation, how much pay, when you get a raise. All of that has been our life and understanding as it relates to money. Now I ask a question. How many rich people do you know that made their money that way?
Exactly.
Case closed. So then when you see people who have accumulated money, there's a completely different approach. Are these people really different? No, they just think different and figured out that I want something more, therefore I need to become more in a new way. And that's called personal development.
Right.
Okay, we can pretty much be sort of homogenized milk, sort of, in our jobs. We get classified and we become like everybody else who has the same job. But the job defines us pretty much.
Right.
Okay? When you're going to become an entrepreneur, all right, sounds like a fancy word, okay, then that means that I'm responsible. I want you to hear that word. Most people are not responsible, even though they have a job.
Right.
Because self-responsibility means if the boss never called me, if the company never had a rule that I had to be here at 9, because of my sense of responsibility, I'd be there anyway.
Right.
That sounds like a foreign language now, doesn't it?
Right.
Okay? But the entrepreneur understands that you need discipline, you need devotion, you need optimism,
right.
Okay? You need a work ethic, and you need what I call a long deferred gratification pattern. Anybody who's built wealth knew it was built like building the tallest building in the world, a brick at a time.
Right.
And you start with the foundation of understanding what do I need to learn in order to be successful. So let's look at that for a moment. If I go out and open a business, a traditional business, first of all, most of the people who do that have borrowed the money.
Right.
Now, what's the first payment they need to make every month? to the bank. So the bank is their partner, and the bank is making money on your sweat equity. But you got their money to take a shot at doing what? Becoming free someday. That was your motive.
Right.
I don't want somebody else telling me what to do. I want to be my own person. I'm going to take a chance on my little business. Pizza parlor, a sewing little shop, a hairdressing salon, the little restaurant. Okay? All those people that go out there and say, I'm going to bet on me. But notice the way they behave. After they get their money from the bank, they're elated. It's like, whoa, I'm ready to go. They're excited.
Right.
And they can't wait to write the next check for whatever equipment they need to get it done. Let's get it going. Get the sign up, and open for business. They're optimistic, okay? They're full of zest. When they get up in the morning, no one has to tell them anything. They're jumping in the shower, they're throwing on their clothes, and they're going down to their place of business. Right. What's that about? It's about freedom and control of my own destiny.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, most small businesses have a terrible mortality rate in the first 5 or 6 years.
Right.
They're in and out. Yet that person went in investing everything, the mortgage on their house, their equity in their house, okay? The loans are still there to be paid, or they go bankrupt, or whatever. It's a horrifying experience. But that spirit that got them there, okay, to try, some of them break through and make it. Okay, what are the other things? There's the correlation between business location, business content, okay, and rent or lease payments. The better the location, the more traffic, the higher the rent. So you're in deeper, but you're willing to play that odd against the number of exposures you get. All right, when do you sleep and when do you rest? When you own your own business in that familiar little territory, right. which is the traditional way that we have in America, yes? Yeah. Get the business, get the store, find the corner. You're in one location, aren't you?
Right.
Unless you're McDonald's or Kentucky Fried Chicken or Burger King, you're in one location. So your whole life economically is determined by what you're doing, how well you do it, how many people go by, and where you're situated. There's where the odds are enormously difficult.
Right.
Okay? Now, here comes network marketing. Okay? Do they say, let me see your credit rating? No. Do they want to see how much money you have in the bank? Do they ask for 5 or 6 character references? No. They say, hey, here's an opportunity, low risk with high upside potential. How do you know there's high upside potential? Historically, okay, there's been millionaires made in many, many companies. That's enough evidence. Somebody got in with the same tools, the same marketing plan, with the same company, and went to the top and made an awful lot of money, more than most surgeons make.
Right.
And some of them make more than the surgeon makes in a year and a month.
Right.
So is there a huge upside potential? Well, let's take a look at those people who capture the upside potential. Do they do it in a year? Heck no. Do they do it in 2 years? No. 3 years? If they're really working on it, they might get the beginning, the sniff of, wow, I'm in momentum. This thing's going to be big. Now they have a bigger jump in their step. No one needs to tell them to get on the phone or to go do a meeting. They're excited because it's their organization. You see? And that's something that when you start, you can't see. Why can't you see it? It's because all your life has been this little narrow paradigm of do my job, get my pay Friday or weekly, bi-weekly or monthly, I'm done. But guess what? I'm on the treadmill next week, next month to do the same thing, or I got nothing.
Right.
Well, the only winner economically in that game that goes beyond survival is, here's the winner, time. Now, how do I make time, in an economic sense, expand for me? I only have X number of hours myself. This is the magic of network marketing. With the network marketing, I introduce people who introduce people who introduce people who introduce people. Within no time, 99% of the people in my organization, I don't know, I got to meet them. And yet, as they do things, it accrues to you through this tiered level compensation plan that they all have. Well, if you come in and talk to 5 or 6 people, when you're at the lowest level of understanding, the lowest level of skill, that means you're going to be shaking in your boots and all over the place when you talk to somebody. You're going to feel incompetent and stupid because they're going to say no to you, and they should. Because you didn't take the time to listen that you need to be trained, to show up at the trainings, learn how to speak, learn how to give out promotional DVDs, do what the winners do. Let me give you an example. If I don't know how to present something, okay, and let me do it this way. You came to me and you said, George, I know you've done a lot of consulting. I want to start a company and I think I need 10 salespeople. The first thing I would say to you, Doc, is, okay, tell me, list about 8 or 10 qualities that you want me to find. And I'm going to guarantee you, what you're going to tell me is going to be one great profile.
Right.
You want somebody honest, that is well-groomed, that shows up on time, that demonstrates in the past they've had some discipline, okay? You're going to give me a list of superstar qualities, yes or no? Because that's who you want. That's who you want on your team, okay? And so I say, well, Doc, you want 10 of them? Well, it's probably starting salary looking for those qualities. I got to tell you, it's going to be $60,000 to $70,000 to start, plus a car, plus commissions on sales. And you're going to go, George, I wasn't planning on that. So the first thing you're going to do is tell me to get 3 or 4. And I said, wait a minute, Doc, is 3 or 4 going to be able to spin the story that you need to get this business going? Well, not really, George, but I can't afford over here. Why? Big investment, huge investment.
Right.
Okay? Now, let's contrast that. You're going to want those salespeople to go out and tell your story honestly, effectively, with enthusiasm and conviction. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I say to you, Dr. Brown, let me show you something. What if I could get you a salesman or 10? I'm going to tell you what they're like. They say exactly the same thing every time. They have tremendous credibility with one of the top entrepreneurs in the world, okay, that's backing what you're selling. And they never take a sick day. Never. They never ask for a raise. They never crash the car that you got them into. Okay? They never abuse an expense account. They never do anything. And guess what? These babies work 24/7.
How many can I get?
That's exactly what you would say. Okay?
Right.
Yet, you'll take a person who's never been in business that doesn't know there is an investment required to be successful. They will not get the tools. You hear the word? The tools are the magazines, the tools are the DVDs.
Right.
So here's the way a new person can get a good start. Here's the best sales aid for a new person. It's called a zipper for the mouth. Best sales aid. Because they don't know. You've got to build conviction, you've got to build knowledge. As you build knowledge, would you not build confidence? You build in confidence because you have competence. And when you have those, you're willing to participate in the marketplace, aren't you?
Yeah.
Take those away and don't have them, who are you in the marketplace? You're a mess.
Yeah.
But you know what you're going to be convinced of? This is pathetic. I tried it, I can't do it. You know, for someone like me to hear that, I just want to go shake that person and say, did you come to training? Did you listen to the DVDs? Did you do what you should have done to give yourself a chance to win? And you're going to hear, no.